Hello there, in this video I'm going to show you how you can make this Torus knot bracelet in just a couple of minutes using Fluid Designer for 3D printing. So if we go to Fluid Designer, and I'm already in the bracelets folder there, and I scroll right down, I'm looking for Torus knot bracelets. So these are some of the Torus knot bracelets here that you can create, and these are just a few of the ones that you could create. So we're going to do this one here, I think, Torus knot bracelet 006A. So as you can see, that's actually already built for you, but how's it actually done? Well, if I just open up the help panel down here a little bit, you can see the instructions are essentially in this help panel, and we're going to use a Torus knot plus, and we're going to set it to these values here. So we do that by going to tools, add and curve and Torus knot plus. Add curve Torus knot plus. We want a resolution of 100. We want a height of 20. Now a height of 20 actually gives you a real height of about 40. So we can see the Z dimension here is almost 40 millimeters. We want a scale of 17. And the way this works, it actually does 4 times 17. So our diameter now is about 65 millimeters, there, more or less. And we want to change the p-value to 5. Now you can see what happens as I change the p-value. The pattern changes, and as I move this one up to 47, you can see you can create lots of different patterns and therefore lots of different bracelets. Okay, so there's my bracelet. Now this bracelet hasn't actually got any thickness to it at the moment, and I can add some thickness by going in here, and there it is. That's essentially a finished bracelet in a couple of minutes. Now you can do other things to this. You could increase the bevel resolution. So if I just zoom in there, if I just take this down to 1, you see that looks a bit weird. It's a good idea to actually take this up to 4. Notice I lost the cross section there, that thickness. So it's a good idea to take the bevel resolution up to 4. And it's probably a good idea to increase this up to at least about 30 as well, because that will improve it. Notice I have to keep putting this back in. But as I get that at 30 and that at 4, you can see I get a much smoother surface, certainly if you spend a little time comparing them. Now this, if I just close the toolbox there, this is a smart object. This is a curve, and so I can actually change the cross section of this. So I can, if you want, you can change the cross section down to 0.8 by 0.8. So that's a kind of square cross section. We could beef it up to 1.5 by 1.5. You could have it 1 by 3. That doesn't look very good. Or say 2.5 by 1. All right. So you can change the appearance of this just by changing the bevel object over here. I'm going to set it down to say 1 millimeter. I think that looks quite nice. Okay. So you can create the basic object in a couple of minutes. And then you can play around as much as you like, changing the cross section. If you want other cross sections, you can always go to File and Append and add them from the system. You can see that in some of the other videos. But that's essentially it. So what I want to do is delete that one. This is the one we've just created here. Now you would need to check the inner diameter. So view it from the top. There's a ruler here, so you can just double check the inner diameter, and you can see that that is about 66 millimeters. It is possible to press S on the keyboard and scale that to any size you want, but you've always got to remember when you're scaling Fluid Designer, you've got to do Control A and apply the scale, and notice the thickness change again. It changes back to the right thickness that I've got set over here of 1 millimeter. As long as you do Control A and apply the scale. So you can create any sort of bracelet you want there. Lots and lots of different patterns. So that's the object that we used was a curve, a Torus knot plus curve. All you then need to do once you've got the object shape and size that you want is to just export it as a wavefront object or as an STL file, and then always just run it through Netfabb Basic, make some corrections to it. But that's it for this video. Good luck.